If you could teleport, what would be the easiest way to legally make money while keeping your power hidden? Wildlife photographer. You could teleport right next to a lion inside the den, snap a quick shot and then haul butt out of there. People would be in awe at the risks you were taking while also buying your stuff. Trading items from exotic hard to reach locations. Poachers hate this one simple trick. Put on a magic show in Vegas. Laugh at all the magicians who can't figure it out. You fooled us. Teleport to Michigan to return all my cans and bottles. If I could teleport, I wouldn't do anything close to legal ever again. Live somewhere that has a lower cost of living and work somewhere with a higher rate of pay. Best part, no commute. You can already do this for companies where management is sane and realizes that offices are stupid for most jobs that are performed on a computer. Organ donor transport. 100% on time delivery guarantee, with no exceptions and no questions asked. Probably could charge a lot for zero risk transportation. Not only on time, but fresh. You could get the organ out of the donor and into the recipient in no time. If you had a spacesuit, and your teleportation allowed you to match an arbitrary velocity, you could do pretty good business launching microsatellites. I would work as a spy for everyone who pays me. They don't need to know how I got the information. Of course, I would only do legal things. Everything's legal if the government is telling you to do it. Live someplace super cheap and work in the city, then invest the savings. Work in California, live in Arkansas. Go to that asteroid with of platinum and get one chunk at a time. International Courier Service. Tell them you're using a hypersonic drone or something. Show up in London to pick up the package. Teleport to my apartment and go about my day. Slap a mustache on a few hours later and drop it off in New York City. Charge a few hundred a package. I think that'll make the CIA beat the crap out of you. I'd flip cars by teleporting to them where they are cheaper than my region and just reselling them local. I'd teleport all over looking for good car deals elsewhere. $2,000 car in Texas might be a $5,000 car if I bring it home. Not to mention antiques and rare goods. I could always be first to anything, and the better my intel, the more successful I'd be. This is one of the few that I've seen that actually adhere to the rules of keeping it legal and secret. I wouldn't even bother with making money. I would just use it for convenient transport to places. Power generation. If you can move anything with you, all you need to do is create gravitation potential energy. Get a room full of power generators. Hook them up to large pulley systems with huge weights on the end. Teleport the weight way into the air, and then teleport yourself down and out of the way. Leave the pulley system to spin the generator and repeat it. If you could move something without any cost, you would have unlimited, free, and clean energy. Depending on how fast you could teleport and how heavy a weight, you would have unlimited power. That is a nice way of turning a superpower into physical labor, and not delivery. I would get a lot more jobs. Commute time is more than work time for me. 1. People who don't understand what legally means. 2. People who don't understand what hidden means. 3. Delivery. 4. Photographs. 5. Stage magicians. 6. Spies. Also people who somehow don't understand what easy means. Becoming a spy is definitely not easy even if you can teleport, and many suggestions involve working a full-time job. Ask Reddit for advice on how to do it because I can't think of a good way to make legal money. Be disappointed that most of the suggestions are package delivery or illegal. Be a photographer and journalist, taking news from dangerous secretive parts of the world to blackmail big boys for their money. If not that, taking money from terrorists and known criminals. I mean, you could always find a normal job and teleport around as a recreational thing. Assuming you can teleport matter too, you could put up a high quality food market. Imagine having fresh products in your store from all around the world. Fish from Chile, avocados from Mexico, Colombian coffee, Indian spices, meat from Argentina, Swiss chocolate. Selling the right ingredients in the right environment could make you earn thousands of dollars legally. Nice try, mutant. I'm not giving you all the good ideas. Start and run a magic show. People will assume your teleportation involves some trickery, so you would be able to do it in front of people and get away with it, while making a mint from ticket prices. Storage unit auctions. Teleport into the units the night before to find out which ones are worth bidding on. I'd work as an auto transporter, moving cars across the country. They are going to expect that to take multiple days, and no one's really going to check up on if it got on a truck or train or whatever. I teleport in with a car transporter, load up the car, drive away, then teleport home and park the car. Then I wait 4 days, put the car back on the transporter, and teleport it to the destination. On the low end, I can charge $500 a car and move to a day, for around $250 k year. On the high end, I could charge $1,500 because I have a reputation for the cars always arriving in pristine condition. Move for a day, and clear $1.5 million. Alternatively, get a barn in the middle of nowhere. Protects cars from elements. Don't even have to take the car off the transporter. Deliver Jimmy Johns like the rest of them. Depends on how the power works. Can I bring really big things with me when I teleport? I remember seeing some show on the Discovery Channel about how expensive it is to ship big butt pieces of equipment machinery long distances. Things that are so big you need expensive specialized equipment to handle it, road closures, etc. You could literally make billions by just teleporting giant hunks of industrial equipment with no risk of them being damaged or lost. It might be difficult to keep the power hidden, but these big companies already overlook so much shady crap. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to convince them to just go with it when they see the gains. You moved a 300 meter tall wind turbine halfway across the planet in an instant without using any sort of transport. People are gonna start asking questions. TBH, I'd just go to Mars, clean the solar panels of Curiosity off, wait till it powers up and wave into the camera. No one would know it was me because of the tinted visor on the suit. I'd sell photographs to the press. People would just assume you had loads of eyes and ears everywhere when in actual fact, you simply teleported to the White House whilst Trump engaged in an orgy with the Black Eyed Peas. Get me pictures of Spider-Man. Hostage rescue. Pop in, grab M, pop out, collect reward. Hostage taking. Pop in, grab M, pop out, collect bigger reward. 1. Build a private space station and teleport it somewhere off Earth, but safe. Maybe the surface of some other planet. 2. Declare it to be a sovereign state. 3. As the emperor of your own state, declare all other nations as your enemies. 4. Issue yourself with a letter of marque against all enemy states. 5. Now legally steal their gold, money, jewels, whatever. Offer the top 0.01% instantaneous travel. They are so secretive and elite, they would want to keep you to themselves, pay you absurd sums, and get where they are going at the speed of blinking. While I like this, it breaks the rule of hidden. The 0.01% might keep it a secret, but you already broke the rule by telling them. Be the lowest bidder on a government contract. You pick one that suits you. Demolition, satellite launching, asset delivery, etc. Once the contract is awarded to you, use the obscene amount of money to begin construction on your lair. Don't get too hung up on the lair idea. It's a decoy. Once you have a nice Potemkin facility built, you then begin R&D on a custom microchip. Don't get caught up on the microchip idea. It's a decoy. Once you have your proprietary hardware ready, it's time to write some super secret software. Don't get too into the idea of the software. It's a decoy. You take the source code of the amazing 1999 PC game Super Categories and randomize the 1s and 0s 64 times. The output should be complete nonsense. Now, bundle up your software and hardware into a variety of form factors, starting with very large and strange looking objects, then on later production smaller and smaller objects down to simple light up handheld devices. Don't get too engrossed in these objects. It's a decoy. Now it's time to begin teleporting. At first, always do it from your super restricted access facility. Make sure no one is allowed in to see the contracted tasks being completed. Continue to win more government contracts which you can now complete with almost no overhead at all. Hundreds of millions of dollars are now in your bank. Although, there is some pesky corporate espionage starting to take place. It's a good thing you created all those decoys. Face the fact that as good as you are at hiding your secret powers, someone will have a high enough motivation to catch you in the act. This is why you must be fully committed to never teleporting without being in possession of one of your decoy devices. Big or small, your enemies will spend all their efforts trying to reverse engineer your technology that they won't think to look into your biology. I hope you're being sure to keep your technology decoy game ahead of the curve. By this point you should have diversified your production. You can't be shut down because you have facilities in every country of the world. You are a very lawful taxpayer, and have even begun using your wealth to invest in your competitors, the people whose government contracts you beat out. Go to make nice with your enemies. Maybe get into some big time philanthropy. Your days of teleporting for money are over. Of course you'll always need to keep up technological appearances to some degree, but the common man will know you for your investments and your philanthropy. Anyone who claims that you had the technology for instantaneous travel will be deemed a crazy conspiracy theorist. TLDR. Government teat and red herrings equals profits. But don't get too caught up in this Reddit comment, it's a decoy. Import-export of expensive goods. Rare thing acquisition. I'm sure there are people who would pay for like a fresh soil sample from the exact opposite side of the world and time. These services already exist, but I can now enter a market that requires a network capable of global transport on a whim and without delay, without needing that network. I mean crap, if nothing else I can just be like, oh, San Diego Comic Con limited edition nerd item. Well, some collector here in Aus will pay for that tomorrow. Deliver packages obviously. I don't know how this would remain hidden though. People would start to wonder how you delivered their shoes 5 minutes after purchasing them from Taiwan. Live out the plot of Now You See Me. The most difficult part would be to keep your power hidden, since the power implies you're traveling great distances in such a short time. I think the key is to have micro teleportations. I would teleport very short distances in a very short time. So, I could be an athlete on the track. I can constantly teleport every few microseconds forward, all the while maintaining my running form. No one would be the wiser. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.